All right, welcome to day 22. Today is all about finding the root and being able to identify where the root is in any given scale shape. So we're going to start in the key of G major, and anytime we get to a root, we're going to play that note twice. So in this scale shape that starts on the root, it would sound like this. Right? But in the scale shape that starts on the second, it would sound like this. And so on. So let's give it a try. We're going to start on the open 6th string in the key of G major. This is the scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree. And we're going to start it at 60 BPM. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Next, ready, go. Next, ready, go. Next, ready, go. Next, ready, go. Alright, excellent. We're going to do that same thing at 80 BPM, and now we're going to take out the space between each shape. So when we finish one shape, going straight into the next shape like we would usually do. 1, 2, ready, and... Next, Excellent. Same thing at 100 BPM. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. All right, now I want you to go through these at your own pace and find the root. So you can play through at any tempo you want. I just want you to shift when I tell you to shift. So we're going to start with this scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree. And at your own tempo, sounds something like that, right? You're exploring the scale shape and you are emphasizing these roots when you get to them, the note G in the key of G. So start with this scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree. And now shift to the scale shape that starts on the root. And again, just emphasizing the roots when you get to them. Now shift to the scale shape that starts on the 2nd scale degree. Now shift to the scale shape that starts on the 3rd scale degree. And now shift to the scale shape that starts on the 5th scale degree. All right, nice. So now let's reorient ourselves into the key of C major. We're going to play up and down the pentatonic shapes just like we did in the key of G, playing every root note, in this case the note C, 2 times. We're going to start on the scale shape that starts on the 3rd scale degree, the open E string. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. that same thing at 100 BPM. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Next. Alright, excellent. Now we're going to do the same exercise that we did prior in the key of G major, giving space for you to do this exploration on your own. So you're going to play up and down the scale shape that starts on the 3rd scale degree, and when you get to a root, just putting extra emphasis on where those roots are. So do this self-exploration starting on the 3rd scale degree in the key of C. And now do the same exploration starting on the scale shape that starts on the 5th scale degree. Again, just emphasizing those roots and trying to see visually how they connect to the rest of the shape. And now with the scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree, again emphasizing it. Should sound something like that. And now with the scale shape that starts on the root, so starting here, so on. And now with the scale shape that starts on the 2nd scale degree, playing up and down. stuff like that. All right, we're going to continue on with this sort of self-exploration. Again, the purpose here is to identify where the roots are in each of these scale shapes. And the reason that that is important is because the roots act as our anchor. When we're playing melodies or when we're improvising, knowing where the root is and being able to really immediately see that and see the shape around it will allow us to quickly switch positions and play any melody or soloistic line that we want to. So let's switch to the key of F, and I want you to start by playing the scale shape that starts on the root. Play up and down that scale shape at your own pace, so on. Take a second to explore that. Now I want you to play this same scale shape, so this is the scale shape that starts on the root, but now I want you to play it in the key of A. So take a second to find that. So starting on the 5th fret, again this same scale shape starting on the root, and at your own pace, play through that scale and emphasize where those roots are. Now I want you to switch back to the key of F, again with the scale shape that starts on the root, and do the same exploration, emphasizing where those roots are in that scale shape. And again, back to the key of A, middle finger starting on the 5th fret, exploring this scale shape, and emphasizing where the roots are. Nice. Now I want you to explore the scale shape that starts on the 2nd scale degree in the key of F. Again, emphasizing where those roots are. And now switch to the scale shape, the same scale shape but in the key of A, starting on the 7th fret, the 2nd scale degree in the key of A, and do the same exploration. Now start on the scale shape that starts on the 3rd in the key of F, and really emphasize where those roots are. And now that same scale shape in the key of A, this is going to be the 9th fret starting on C sharp. Again, emphasizing the roots. And now in the key of F, the scale shape that starts on the 5th scale degree. Emphasizing the roots. now that same scale shape in the key of A major starts on the 5th scale degree. And emphasize those roots. And now in the key of F, the scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree, emphasizing the roots. As you're doing this, pay attention to what these octave shapes look like. And now in the key of A, that same scale shape that starts on the 6th scale degree, this is going to be starting on the 2nd fret. And notice how those octave shapes will be the same. All right, nice work. So feel free to obviously continue this self-exploration at your own pace and go through some other keys if you want to. And I'll see you tomorrow. Nice work.